Well, good morning. Welcome to Morning Mobility. Coach Chris here. We are going to start off with some deep breaths on our forward fold just to wake us up in case you just get out of bed. It's pretty early. All right, so let's keep those feet underneath the hips. Big breath in as we open up the chest, really trying to turn those palms to the sky, squeezing that back, breathing in through the nose. And as you exhale, round those shoulders forward, melting to the floor, reaching for those toes. Stacking those vertebrae one by one. We're just going to do one more of these. Big breath, turning those thumbs back, waking up those shoulders during that breath. As you exhale, melting to the floor. Slowly rising up, stacking those vertebrae. All right, we're just going to go into a couple of shrugs, just to kind of make sure the T-spine's awake. So whichever direction you like to start off with, let's keep those arms straight. Let's see if we get this camera to adjust. Get those arms straight and just work that shoulder rotation. So if you're going up and back, that's fine. If you're going back to forward, that's fine. We're going to change direction here in just a moment. Let's go and change that direction if you haven't already. You can try to keep those arms straight, those knees soft. Starting to wake up that belly, not pulling in that rib cage. Excellent. All right. Let's go into our ham sweep, just stay a little more dynamic for right now. So we're going to take that left foot forward, pulling those toes, really pulling those toes towards that left knee. Let's press the hips back, reach the hands back, and as we glide the hands up the left leg, stay up nice and tall. 4 more, reaching back, sweep. Add that exhale, pulling in that belly nice and strong. Back and reach. Back and reach. Let's switch it out. Right foot forward. Again, really pulling those toes towards the knee. Reach those hands back. Sweep those hands on up. Every time we stand, belt line to belly button. As we activate that midsection. 2 more. Reach. Sweep. Reach, sweep. All right, we do one more kind of movement before we get down to our deep stretches. Okay, just kind of making sure we're able to actually really crank on the body. All right, I want you to pull those hands towards the outside of the chest, squeeze that back, pull that rib cage in, breathe in. And as you exhale, I want you to reach those hands forward, interlock those fingers, reach, 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 reach. And pull. Exhale, reach. 2 more. Pull, inhale. Exhale, reach. So last one, I want you to get that sternum proud. Pull, so get the middle of that chest proud. And reach. Excellent. All right, we're going to start off with a movement that we're pretty familiar with, is our half kneel. So we're going to drop down that right knee, hit that left foot forward, just for synced up. All right, shoot for about 90 degrees in that front leg, but adjust appropriately as you need to. Let's get that belt line to that belly button first. So tilt those hips, squeeze through that right glute, and then let's rock forward, stay tall through the head, opening up that right hip flexor as you exhale, and take it back on the inhale, forward on the X, back on the in, forward on the X. 2 more, back, forward, back, forward. Now we're going to add 3 more reps. We're going to add our rotation. We're going to feed that right arm outside of our left quad, reaching that left arm back. So let's take it back first. And then as a nice fluid motion, as you go forward, big exhale as you thread that right arm, reaching that left hand back. And back. And forward, rotate. Back. Forward, rotate. Now see if you can get that left palm to sky. So the thumb is leading the way. And relax. All right, let's switch it on out. You can just switch out legs and pivot around for camera reasons. All right, belt line to belly button, rib cage pulled in, rocking forward. Open up that left hip flexor. And back, forward, you're having trouble back, keeping that rib cage down, you can always use those hands, little tactile cues, you rock forward, even taking that left hand onto that right rib cage will do the trick. And forward, back, forward, and then we're going to add that rotation. Taking it back, as we go forward, threading that left arm outside of that right quad, reaching that right hand back, see if we turn that palm to sky. Back forward, or back, reset, and then forward and rotate. And reset. Last one, and rotate. All right, let's stand up nice and tall. This next movement I need you to really own. I know we've done it before, do it quite often, so it's a good bear in mind, a squat to hamstring stretch. If you go through this one passively, you're not going to get out of it what you actually need, so let's make sure we're getting some good intent. So find a comfortable squat stance. All right, now I want us to pull on down to our bottom squat position and grabbing on those toes. All right, elbows are inside of the knees. And now we're seeing you start lifting that chest, pulling those hips even lower, turning those elbow creases forward as we lock those shoulders in. So we get that chest proud, that head is up. And now if you can, on your next exhale, I want you to lift those hips, keeping that back as flat as possible. So it's not about straightening out the legs, it's about extending the legs while keeping that back flat. And let's pull back down. We're actually going to stay in this bottom position so we can maneuver around a little bit. Let's turn those elbow creases back forward. Let's get that sternum proud, those shoulder blades back and down. Really trying to pull those hips towards those heels. Challenge that bottom squat position. Ooh, this is what mobility is all about right now. And on your next exhale, lifting those hips. Back stays flat. So we have to put some intent into this. You don't need to exaggerate your breath, but you should feel it. And pulling those hips back down. Final time, we're going to work that bottom position. Elbow creases are turned back forward, externally rotating through the shoulder. Shoulder blades are back. Pulling those hips towards those heels. And last time, lifting the hips on your next exhale. And let's stand up tall. Woo! Shake those legs out for me. All right. We're going to work a standing position again. We're going to work our reverse lunge with a reach. All right, so try to figure out best camera angle for this one. So we're going to add some variations to it. So let's go take that left foot back for me. Not an exaggerated lunge, just kind of a typical lunge stance. All right, I want you to start pulling down. Actually, first, let's go belt line to belly button, and then start pulling down. We should be able to feel that hip flexor a little bit more. You guys are taking that belt line to that belly button, squeezing through that left glute. Now I want you to take that left hand to sky, thumb pointing back. Now I want you to take that right hand and reach to the ground with that right hand. Exhale, and then back tall. Let's stay on that side so we can really master this stretch and kind of get comfortable without the alternating. So let's take the left foot back again. Belt line to belly button. Pulling down, squeezing through that left glute. Hopefully feeling that hip flexor again. Taking that left hand to sky. Thumb is turned back. If you can even get the shoulder to rotate more, great. Again, reaching that right hand to the ground. Reach, 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 reach. And back tall. Woo. All right, one more. My legs are feeling it this week. I'm not going to lie. Left leg back. Last one here. Belt line to belly button. You know the deal. Pulling down. Left hand to sky. Reaching that right to the floor. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe. Reach that right hand. And stand tall. I'm really hoping you felt that left side, that lateral line opening up. All right, bring the hips a little bit as well, of course, but we've already given those some loving. All right, right foot's going to go back. Belt line to belly button, squeezing through that right glute, lowering down. So you're not in a bottom lunge position. We're really focused a little more on that hip flexor. Right hand to sky, thumb turned back, reaching that left hand to the ground. Breathe. And back tall. And let's take it back. You know what to do. Belt line to belly button. As you lower, Right hand to sky, left hand reaches, fire off that right glute. You can squeeze it a little bit more as you reach that left hand to sky or to the ground. And back to center. One more time, one more rep. Right foot back. Bell line to belly button. Pulling down, right hand to sky, thumb turn back. Reaching that left hand to the ground. Breathe, 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 reach, 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 and stand tall. Woo! All right, pretty good. All right, so we're gonna finally take it down to the ground. If you're on a yoga mat, you're gonna just be spread out evenly in that plank position if you have plenty of room to work. All the room you need. So let's make our way into a plank. We're gonna turn those elbow creases forward. We're gonna press those heels back. I want you to try to pull those toes towards the knees. I'm just going to lengthen here for just a moment. Mobility is not just about stretching. We're trying to activate as well. You're pulling those toes towards the knee. Really press through those heels. Head is long. Rib cage is pulled in. Outline the belly button. And now we're going to drive those hips to sky. Down dog. You can pedal this one out. Be my guest. That pedal doesn't always have to be quick. I know I even have a habit of just kind of pressing through, transitioning side to side really fast. But give each calf, ankle, Achilles the love that it needs, the challenge that it craves. As we come back to plank, you can rock that body forward a little bit as we get that left foot outside of that left hand. All right. Now we're in this position, I want you to take that left hand to sky. We're going to kind of sneak into a world's greatest stretch here. I want you to turn that thumb to the wall behind you. All right, elbow creases still turned forward in that right arm. All right, make sure that right shoulder is pressed away from your neck. You haven't collapsed. You're strong in this position. Continue to turn that left thumb to the wall behind you. See if you can even continue that rotation through the shoulder. Maybe try to get that pinky. Continue that rotation, get that pinky to the wall behind you. And let's take that left hand outside of that left foot. We're going to pull back into that deep hamstring stretch. Breathe. We're actually going to do a couple of reps with this one, with this hamstring stretch. Let's rock back forward. Pull that hip back again. Deep stretch. Forward. Back. Forward, last one, back. And let's get that left hand back inside of that left foot. If you need to drop down to a child's pose or even a quick recovery, you can. All right, but if you're with me, then shoot those hips back again to that down dog for the final time. Maybe feeling a little bit more mobile. As we open up that right hip. That left side, that left hamstring. All right, so come back to plank. Right foot comes on up. All right, same setup. So you go nice and long. We're going to take that right hand to sky, but we're going to turn that thumb to the wall behind us. And if you can continue that rotation through the shoulder, please do so, making sure that left shoulder is pressed away from the neck. We haven't collapsed. Elbow crease is turned forward. We're nice and strong. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe, 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 breathe. And right hand outside of that right foot. Pulling that right hip back. We're going to shoot for 4 reps again. And forward. Back. Forward. Pressing through that left heel. Back. Forward and back. All right, taking that right hand back inside of that right foot, taking that right foot back for me, lower the knees, kick the knees out, sit on back child's pose. So we're about to work into our final little series. We have more or less 2 movements we're going to be working through. This child pose that we're already in, and then we're working through our pigeon. All right. the pigeon is not a fan of yours, you're more than welcome to work those hips in another format. Even if you need to go to a butterfly stretch or a single leg butterfly stretch with one leg extended in a seated position. We're going to be trying to work that internal rotation in the hip and that external rotation in the hip. All right, back to our plank. I tend to like to rock the body forward a little bit. Allows me to cheat in the setup, getting my shin up this time of day. All right, getting that left shin right behind the wrist. All right, listen to the body. I can already tell my left foot doesn't actually want to get behind my right wrist as typical. It's already been a long week on the legs. All right, we're going to make this dynamic, so we're staying tall in the first couple reps, and then we'll sink down. So we're got a little bit of gap underneath that left hip. And on that exhale, we're going to press back, pressing that left hip back, and that chest stays proud. Those elbow creases are still turned forward and up, and press back. So in camera, you're not noticing much of a movement on my end. So I'm not using my upper body. Relax. Just using that hip. Just sinking back into that hip. Sink back, sink back. One more. Press that hip back, sinking into that stretch. Chest stays proud. Relax. Now we're going to, if you need to adjust that setup a little bit, maybe bring that heel a little closer to the hip so you can get a little lower in that position. Now we're going to sink into it. If you like to fold, you can. If you like to explore with some rotation in this position, you certainly can as well. You got about 30 seconds. When we're working through these holds, let your body be the coach. See what it's telling you to do. All right, let's start taking some tension off. Using those hands to help press those hips up, tucking those right toes back under. All right, let's lower those knees for just a quick moment, kicking those knees on out, child's pose. You can walk those hands out. You can turn those thumbs to the sky as we open up that T-spine. All right, making our way back to that plank position. Rocking that body forward as we get that right shin behind the wrist. Again, you can't tell as much on my right side, but I do have that gap going on. Chest is going to stay proud. As I press the hip back, very tempted to kind of fold, so I feel like I'm doing more work, but it's just the hip. And relax. Press back. Relax. Press back. Relax. Back. Relax. Final one here. And it's that 30-second hold. Pressing that hip back. You're more than welcome to fold, to explore, see where your life takes you. Last breath. All right. Let's tuck those left toes back under. That right foot on back. Let's lower down the knees. We're going to do one last little drill. Got an extra minute. We're going to see if we can decompress those wrists a little bit. All right, so we'll go with some extension real fast. So fingers turn towards the knees. Majority of the weight's in the actual knees. We're going to rock back. Keeping the palms on the ground, deep stretching those forearms, deep stretching those wrists. Forward. Let's go one more. All right, weights off the hands, back of the right hand to the ground. Let's see if we can just press in with that left hand. And we're just going to try to go with just a nice little flexion for a moment. Enough time to do wrist pins. If you know what a wrist pin is, you're more than welcome to work that. We have worked them in before. All right, let's switch our wrist, back of the hand to the ground. Pressing in with that right hand. Sometimes this flexion right here, even without the wrist cane, without the rotation, can get the job done, depending on the amount of tension that you have. All right, a couple wrist circles. That's it for morning mobility. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Have a wonderful day. The sun's finally waking up. Hope we get a little bit of sunshine stuck in between. We got some storms coming today if you're here in Eastern North Carolina. But y'all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.